Last year, Chappell Roan made the controversial announcement that she was not going to vote for either candidate in the presidential election. And she said that she made that decision not to endorse Kamala Harris because she has problems with both political parties and she thinks they're both corrupt. And her following of mostly Gen Z leftists did not take kindly to that sentiment. It's too nuanced. And she was
I'm over here like
a lot for saying that. She did not get celebrated for saying that. And now I think that she's trying to win back some of that favor that she lost from her audience by dissing ICE at a recent concert at the Rose Bowl. Here was her comment in full.
Hold on.
Only my duty to take care of it back. So I just want to thank you. And I don't know, fuck ICE forever. Fuck ICE.
You tell him, Queen.
Imagine like showing this to like some dude who stormed the beaches of Normandy. Like
He'd be like, what's ICE?
Like, well, and he'd be looking at this, he's like, what is she doing?
He probably would think he's looking at a different species.
You know, I still stand.
You still stand?
I still stand.
I appreciate that Chappell Roan is your problematic fave.
I'll tell you why. Because at the very least, she probably wouldn't do it on stage. But if Biden was doing something she didn't like, she would at least be willing to equivocate and be like, she probably wouldn't call out Biden specifically. But like I said, she said both parties are corrupt, which is true for the most part. And, you know, this is fine. Plus, Pink Pony Club kind of goes hard.
And it wasn't just F ICE. It was F ICE
forever. Like not even,
just right
no
now.
Expiration date.
That was
It's so funny because I watch so many old TV shows, so many old procedural shows, and there's just ICE agents all the time, and they're not problematic because they're dealing with terrorists or something like that, people who have gotten into the country illegally, and it was just never a problematic thing to talk about.
These comments were interesting. One said, I was there when she said this, and a few people walked out shaking their heads. So proud of her. Don't go to her concert if you support Republican values. People should know better. Another person said, 4 girls in front of me started shaking their heads looking disgusted, which I was so disappointed by. I doubt that those girls were shaking their heads in disgust at Chappell Roan. I think they were mirroring her shaking her head at ICE.
Yeah, I don't think that those girls were
the people who walked
like,
out probably were.
Those girls don't have big pictures of Tom Homan in
If you
their,
walked
in
out
their
early,
bedroom.
like walking out early is a sign that you disagreed with her, but shaking your head, I think they were just in solidarity with her. And then another comment said, we still haven't forgotten that Chappell Roan refused to endorse Kamala Harris while using their platform to push both sides are the same nonsense.
I see people in the chat who are agreeing with those people for different reasons. Leif Erikson says, saying both are corrupt is not the W that you think it is.
Another comment said, art is political, music is political. I'm so happy she's advocating for communities. So some people ate this up. And in response,
I am of the opinion that once you get famous, you have no obligation to anybody whatsoever. And if you want to use your platform to do absolutely nothing of value for anyone but yourself, that is 110% your right to do so. And I encourage it 110%. Like, I want you to be as selfish as possible with your platform. Like, not just am I not going to push other communities, fuck your community specifically.
Well, if you want to feel like you're losing your mind, just read a TMZ headline like this. Feds clap back at Chappell Roan saying F ICE at concert.
Aren't these people on furlough? Am I paying for somebody to write this?
Like, you can't clap back at Chappell Roan during a government shutdown.
I thought you people were on, like, break right now. Isn't the government shut down?
Feds clap back. Yeah, that's something they do now. DHS Assistant Secretary for Public Affairs Tricia McLaughlin tells TMZ, Pink Pony Club is good. Pedophiles are bad. That's who we're getting off our streets. Get a grip. And she didn't cite any statistics, but here's some numbers. A recent study from the Cato Institute found 65% of people detained by ICE from October 2024 to mid-June this year have never committed a crime. Oh, other than
coming
illegally
into the
crossing
country,
the border, of course.
into the country illegally.
And
which means that in most of the places, unless they're in one of those, which are the states that allow you to have a driver's license, even if you're here undocumented, which means they are committing other crimes, compounding on it. But like I said, we had this discussion on IRL last week, which was like most people are comfortable with the idea of ICE or the idea of Customs and Border Patrol turning people away at the border. Most Americans do not have the stomach for what they're doing now, which is in-country removal.
TMZ added, ICE is nabbing sex offenders in the immigration raids, but a lot of hardworking folks are getting swept up too. Just saying, with the little emoji that goes like this.
So this is like if somebody takes a child hostage in a bank robbery. Do you just let them exist because somebody else is caught up in the problem? What do you want them to do?
Criminals are hardworking folks. But yeah, it's notable that Chappell Roan is not being given full credit for paying lip service to this cause because of the fact that she didn't vote for Democrats in the general election. And they think that if she really stood for these values, she would have endorsed Kamala in the race. And I also wanted to mention that Flop, Chance the Rapper, also displayed this message at a recent concert in Chicago. On the Jumbotron, it said, giant F ICE.
It's kind of going hard
displayed
because
behind him on stage.
In person of interest, when the machine gave way to Samaritan and it started using the different operating system on the Samaritan AI, it had like the red triangle as part of its aesthetic. It's kind of going hard here.
We were joking about how this is what it looks like when you ask for light ice at Starbucks.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. Like, what if all of these people just really don't want to drink drink beverages that are too cold?
Look, if you want a warm beverage, that's your right.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna fault you for it.
Like, I can't with all of it. And here's the thing. I get the point. And I would agree to the person earlier who said that, like, saying that both parties are corrupt. That was Leif Erikson in the chat. Calling both parties corrupt is not the the flex that you think it is. But it is true that in a lot of ways the parties are a lot more similar than people are willing to admit. And even if I don't necessarily think that Chappell Roan has the most unique thoughts in her head, she does have more unique thoughts seemingly than the average modern day pop star, and I'll take it.
It's a low bar.
It's a low bar, but I will take it. I would prefer if most of them, though, like I said, I want every one of these celebrities to be like, I don't want to support your community. I don't want to support their community. I want to, like, what is that Snoop Dogg thing? He's like, I want to thank me. Like, I just want people to just do you. Nobody else.
Chappell Roan says a lot of things that just leave me with a big question mark. Like, she talks like somebody that grew up 30 years ago. She's a zillennial, and she claims that growing up in, trailer park country as an adolescent shaped her views, her social views. And she claims that in her high school, everyone was so homophobic that they called gays clowns. And that's why she wears clown makeup, to own the label that was, put on the gay community by her peers at the time. I don't believe for a second that Chappell Roan, a zillennial, went to high school with a bunch of raging homophobes. I just don't believe that.
No, and it's like the phantom struggle that they wish that they had been a part of when it was going on 30 years ago. I wonder. So Luke himself says Brett keeps having horrible takes. Like, most people don't want interior removal when they voted for it. No, my point is that now you see the celebrities like coming out and kind of soft walking it back, like Joe Rogan, who says have a heart. right? And he's trying to be indicative of what some people may say. A lot of people, perhaps they didn't think of what actual immigration enforcement was going to be. And we haven't even gotten the mass deportations that they claimed that they were going to do.
Right.
But I do believe that for a lot of people, my point was, and I made this point when I was on IRL, which is why I say most people aren't suited for power, meaning either whether it be a CEO of a company who has to cut whole divisions of people and fire them for the good of the whole company. You know, you cut off a limb so the body won't die. Or somebody who has to be the president and remove people from whole communities. People who live in those communities who have grown to be friends and neighbors with these people would have a harder time being okay with that than somebody at the top of the power structure is all I'm saying.
It's kind of confusing. It must be that I grew up like on the East Coast, because everyone is talking about how like I have like friends that are illegal and like living here undocumented. I'm like, I have never like knowingly been friends or coworkers or anything with any illegal immigrants. And even if that were the case for me, I wouldn't feel any differently about this issue. But I guess that's just because, you know, if you're a conservative when you're young, you have no heart.
Yes. And any of the people that are pushing back here, we're already having a discussion that is more nuanced than what she probably puts into any thought she has whatsoever about these topics. I don't think she takes a very, very detailed and nuanced stance on deportation and immigration as a policy in any way, shape, or form. But I still find her more interesting than, like, say, an Olivia Rodrigo.
She has a slightly higher verbal IQ than maybe the likes of a Sabrina Carpenter.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.